their bosses. And we have Coach Solo and Alex here. Oh my god, first time.
I think it's worth noting. It's almost a different kind of pressure, right? Before, both these teams have had a lot of pressure to win.
How aggressive they can be, but a little bit of patience at the moment, exploring towards the A site as well before ultimately settling either on a C split here, or if they want to try and bully their way in towards B. Ash has been spotted out at the top of the upper site.
But we also do have the Paranoia already sent out from Jing straight in towards A link. So a bit of control for Paper Rex on the B side, the spike getting planted down, but now they have to push out a little bit more with the time that they do have, and a double kill instantly being found with Forsaken and Jing pushing off to the other sides in towards C link. Gen.G trying to hold back, trying to fight back as well, and Karen and Texture will be able to rock them off balance down to Justify. He might have the salvos, but can he truly play this post plant all by himself? Starts off with a frag, tries to tap even further. Salvos in to deny the spike defuse, but Texture has a great angle against him. It's a headshot or nothing for Defy, and he's being smoked out by Karen as well, spinning all around. Karen sticks the defuse, sticks the landing. Pull off aces like that, then the rest of the team must be a little bit quiet. So we'll see how this all plays out with the full buy round now coming through. Gen.G with a bit of a stack on the B site.
Yeah, just leaving Karen over towards the C site, protected with a little bit of the Vice util. It's an opener though that I was kind of waiting to see which would go, whose way it would go rather, and unfortunately for Texture going down, he was the only player towards this A side, so it's going to have to be this massive flank where you don't actually have a proper flank watch to come out from Paper Rex, because they're not playing on the standard Sentinels whatsoever.
It is something that is similar to what we saw on that pistol round, the way that Paper Rex were able to find Texture on the A site, jiggling in the same position. That said, even without a proper trap Sentinel, Mindfreak is now on the Sentinel watching the back.
See what Mindfreak can actually do here. Information would be huge for him, and he will get that, but it'll cost him his life.
See what the rest of the team does to react against this. Salvos instantly just to block off the choke point. Smoke as well, and now Jing hiding inside of it. Is this the aggressive controller that we're now expecting to see? Unfortunately though, an aggressive controller on the other side in the form of Karen will be able to pick him off. Karen continues forward, finds a second frag, and a bit of a trade coming through from Ash as well as Forsaken. Now something trying to hold out from drop, but no! Munchkin has already found it up from the top of drop, and that's going to be Gen.G trying to strike back.
They're bringing it out for the first time last week, right?
Certainly.
So you're going to look to see a little bit of new life from him in this one.
More experience. But with that as well comes some adjustments from Gen.G, playing a little bit more defensive off of this timeout. So 2-2-1 split. And a lot more anchor presence on the C side. I mean, look at that. Somewhat two Sentinels. You got the Thorns, you got the Sheer Wall.
Yeah, and the Sheer Wall wasn't actually baited out by Forsaken going for the jump spot just before, so he's already used Lightspeed, he's already used Refract. He's essentially just going to be a body at the moment to just do the shooting. High-low set up in the front of B if you want to try and sniff it out. You still do have your drone, but Forsaken, 50-50 angle to clear, and he chose the wrong one.
That's got to sting.
A little bit.
And at this point, you're running out of options. Into the C side, it's another high-low.
This is being played really well from Gen.G at the moment. You got to consider as well that Sheer Wall is still not popped. You can't really try and bully your way in towards this C site.
You can't go into C, you can't quite go into B either, and you've already spent so much utility. There was a fault line being sent out by something as well, and it just isn't quite enough. Gen.G continues to delay them with the snake bite as well.
Yeah.
What do you do at this point, Komodo?
You save at this point in time, unfortunately. There's not really much Paper Rex can do with 20 seconds to go. You can already see on the radar as well some repositions from Karon over to the A site, because they don't actually know if Paper Rex had already snuck up rubble, if they've gotten close towards the A site to potentially explode in. Now you'll kind of just get the idea that it is going to be a bit of a save. And it's a bit of a rough one for Paper Rex as well when you consider that they did go into this one with something on a Guardian, running things like this.
Well, I don't mind that. So previous round was a bit of a falter towards the C site, but that does leave Gen.G to free things up a little bit more. Now you've got to just deal with a lone Suggest. And that allows for, Forsaken to dive right in, but Suggest is able to deal with the pressure. A double kill instantly found. She won't not tripped either.
Pretty sure we've seen that exact play before result in the exact same way as well. With Forsaken going into a dark cover, front side, getting taken down, and Jing as well. And now, well, you'll have a bit of an answer back, but into a showstopper that goes a little bit lopsided. You're still stalled from getting in towards this B side. It's another untenable situation for Paper Rex when you consider that the spike is also at the entry of B.
You're a car guy, aren't you, Komodo?
Yep.
Yeah. What happens when your car is stalled? Like, what do you do?
What do you do when your car's stalling or already stalled?
Already stalled.
Already stalled? Well, I push in the clutch and I try and restart it, but I don't think Paper Rex are going to be able to restart something if you're out of gas.
Yeah, and that's the problem right now. You've got no gas. You've got no leeway into either site. You've tried in for the dive into C.
left.
You've tried for the mid-round, you know, somewhat of a rotation into the B side, but even that gets sussed out by Gen.G.
Hang
The
on.
only thing that can happen right now is Mind Freak with this Viper's Pit.
Good volley.
Good to slow them down, but the Steel Garden, that gives Gen.G a bit more confidence into pushing straight in.
Gotta remember though, Viper's Pit, the day
Up
is
by
here.
the back. Spots out Munchkin though. Ooh! It's just not enough. That Steel Garden's effect is definitely stinging against Paper X.
Be the movable object in that round to start things off.
Yeah, in fact, just that one little play, the step away from that saturate. And the next round comes up, once again, Gen.G moving things across the board. A bit of a stack towards C.
And it's just tech shot at the A site yet again. Last time his head was removed cleanly from his shoulders on this jump peak, so you have to be a little bit more cautious as the drone goes in.
A bit of assistance from, I think, Charon as well. So the smoke to put up a bit of a roadblock. Munchkin holding the off angle. A good flash, though, coming out. Support Forsaken into finding that entryway. But still, Nightfall already set through, allows for Texture to get that sneaky peek out. Paper X looking for another route, possibly into the B side, especially with Mind Freak to block things off to closer to C-Link. But can you fend off Texture? Yes, you can! With that possibly the site. And now a retake from Gen.G.
Yeah, see how they're going to play this one. Play a deficit. You got a bit of this utility that you can throw in. Ash on the horn. Paranoia already used a little bit early.
Would suggest as well. So just to buy the attention away, but the trade's already found. Ash continuing to refill that space though, and Forsaken looks to get his way out. You've got salvos pretty much soon for Devi.
Not yet.
Quite yet. 4 seconds. Ash is sticking it. Ash is
no way.
sticking it. Oh no! No frags found. Charon, he's managed to save Ash's life, and with that, the defuse for Gen.G. It's been a little bit rocky, not quite the most solid, especially when we're thinking about their defensive side on this map just last week, like you mentioned. Starting things off though, bit of a stack towards B, 1-3-1, shaking towards stairs. With all that utility, it's already a bit of information.
Yeah, it's a lot of information that Forsaken can communicate on over. Thorns, the Cloud is now stationed over towards this A site. That's not going to be movable. And you start to see some big shifts from Paper X around the map because a lot of their composition, you know, you're going to have to try and go for a couple of these duels if you don't have something's fault line ready to combo with salvos, for example. They do have both of them at the moment, though. So if there is a world in which Gen.G are getting close in towards the C side or the B side, they could pop them in to stop a plant.
Well, this is interesting. With the drone out from B, Paper X are now stacking up towards pillars with 2. Through that, they might be able to play around the door. But it also depends on how close Devi is able to get into the C side. So far, just not a single peep to be heard.
It's going to be a retake towards this C side as well, and there might be some early timing with the pillars approach that is starting to come through, but suggest on this lurk, finding first blood in the round, 20 seconds to go. Here's the plant that starts to happen. There's the salvos that I mentioned before. Not going to see that combo with the fault line because that's going to be for the flank.
Yeah, it's already quite painful for Paper X, especially losing Forsaken as well. Now you got to worry about the back. And up towards the front, that's when Gen.G starts to push out. They have mount control. Now the only thing to worry about is Waterfall, whereas Paper X still has to turn their heads around. Where is Suggest? When's he going to show up? And as that happens, now Jing, outside of the smoke, gets spotted out by Munchkin. Suggest finally showing up at the back. It's just Mind Freak right now, and you have to admit Suggest is doing just a tad bit better. But at the same time, Paper X looking to get ahead. Get a bit of a smoke, and for Forsaken to get deep inside, looks for the sprays, but refracts back into safety.
Now, how many other numbers do you know for Paper X that they're playing around the mounds?
Really deliberate smoke. A little bit of rubble control as well, and Paper X starts to reset into that 2-2-1 position.
Yeah, one of the big things on a map like Lotus as well is
Oh my
you're very coordinated. You can play with, you know, some snipers behind these toxic screens as well. So kind of waiting to see what Suggest might look to do with it around this A site where you've got Mind Freak out in the open. How is he able to get away with 2?
Make it 3! Further up front as well. Oh, but the Outlaw punches back. Suggest a bit of a trade. Ash trying to get ahead as well, but something will be able to deny that. Spike for Suggest to pick up possibly. PaperX, they do have the numbers right now. Something beginning to push out of C as well.
I have the spike.
I'll tell you the story, Quack, about a guy named
30
Suggest
seconds
in a 1 versus 3. Back in VCT Pacific, he still has Sheer as well. And for a post-plan scenario too, that could actually be positioned a little bit nicely. The Arcros, the Steel Garden.
So chapter 1, he gets the spike down. What's chapter 2?
I mean, the pessimist in me wants to say die, but
We'll see. He already has a little bit of information off of those utilities being thrown out. Ooh, but a bit of a dink that might have sealed the deal right there. Davai able to find a slight time to get into the site.
and then the prophet says, you read the story.
Yeah.
G have just figured this out within this game and wanted to challenge in towards the C side with that lesser buy.
Yeah, they've always been so strong on the trades, Komodo. And right now, being able to play alongside PaperX's pacing, especially with that Waylay in play. Viper's Pit will deter Gen.G currently from pushing into C again, though, so trying to sneak their way over onto the A site. You've got Munchkin leading the pack. What are PaperX doing?
I mean, there's nobody at the A site, and I don't think you're really going to expect that if you are Gen.G,
Okay.
though just the sharp duel from Forsaken.
Yeah, I see that. They've got the... they're close to the ultimates, I want to say. So possibly a bit of a retake play from PaperX, but Gen.G, they're making use of the space. They're holding downstairs, and that could allow them to do a little bit more damage. Forsaken, though, will look to get ahead.
Yeah. Gone for the plant, converted pass on in, combo a lot of this utility.
Refract as well. Convergent paths allows him to find the third. And Forsaken continuing to creep up front. Look for a bit of support, and that's going to be another frag. Defy picks it up instead. Karon now trying to hold it all by himself, but Forsaken has everything. Down pat, a quad kill in the round for Forsaken.
Rex towards the A side, an early duel potentially here.
And what could be one of their very last few buys. Gen.G picks this up, it's going to be map point, so hopefully the stack helps them out. It's Forsaken up to the top of Rumble. Ooh, finds texture, but still the sprays from Karon over. He shrouded steps way past them, finds the quad. Jing, Divide, they all got blown apart. And it's just Mind Freak left to pick up the pieces. 3 pieces.
Toxins going up.
Slowly looking for some placing back into the game, but still, it's Gen.G. They have so much that they can do.
At this point in time, it's just on Gen.G to not make a mistake here and give this round over towards Mind Freak that you've got to consider as well. Does he go for this?
And he might try. It is 10 and 11.
It's a Viper though.
Yeah.
You have to, your only efficiency is going to be on your duels
If
here.
you are Mind Freak, you just feel so alone and cold right now. You've got to do everything. And as soon as he gives even in this stadium, even right next to us, the analyst desk, their eyes are all glued to the screen right now. And they're all wondering, does PaperX have it?
Yeah, I mean, you got to consider the weight behind the names, right? PaperX, Gen.G, Staples. And right now, Jing, I was going to highlight him who's having a bit of a shocker. So the fact that he's found an opening kill here.
Repositioning as well, something that a position that Karon has played before. This time we see a little bit more of it from Suggest, but Jing is working alongside Mind Freak to anchor down the C site.
And this is a really stretched wide default as well from
2-1-2.
Gen.G, right? So what can Texture find over towards this A site? What timing can he kind of coordinate with this Viper utility? Ask for Munchkin, wall up, wall down. Try and clear a lot of this space, which is just a double hold at the A site at the moment.
At least for PaperX, though, the opening kill has already thrown a wrench into their plans, but Texture, look at that. The sudden peek out, even with a high-low, someone crouched down, he's able to find the frag. That just might open things up. off of a little kill. PaperX now peels back.
30 seconds left.
Divide. The salvos now as well. Can you combo them with anything to ensure a kill, or are you just using them for the time? It has to be a little bit of the latter.
Not unless you can allow for Forsaken to get it somewhat, but Forsaken's pinned down by Texture on the A site. It's just down to Devi and his teammates to try to hold it off. Convergent paths, but no, it doesn't quite connect until Forsaken pushes up with Jing. 2-on-1, does Ash have it? Low HP, Jing gets destroyed. Forsaken now out from Baby Door, makes a bit of a footstep, out with the Phantom, goes for the spray, but Ash crouches down, finds the headshot, the triple in the round, and bringing us to the final destination on Lotus, 13-10. Now, a bit of an aftershock to allow for Ash to go for a peek, but Forsaken will still be able to rear his crosshairs around. Munchkin, however, will be able to push up as well until he gets taken out. All that said and done, Suggest was able to look deeply into the seaside and past defender spawn.
Yeah, but is it going to work for anything? That's the problem right now. You get an idea from Mindfreak that eventually the lurk is going to be there, and 1 versus 3. I mean, both of these guys are low, but if you're just playing to the numbers, you're doubling up and maybe not, like, going to get clattered.
Hopefully.
Hopefully not.
High-low. Oh, God, they got away just in the blink of an eye to set up for the fault line. So just stays tucked away. You know, PaperX, they still have the spike.
Yep. Reposition again, go for another high-low.
Again, a high-low, and there it is. Now we've got the buys. And Gen.G start with 3 north side, 2 south side. PaperX pushes out alongside the stealth drone. Stuns and relays. Suggest trying to stay alive. Ash just kind of abandons him, deserts him. But with that, a bit of information and a timed read as well. Gen.G will be able to push into the B side, blocks them off of the angle with the salvos as well. Will they have the spike plant off of this?
Oh, but will you expect Texture to already be pushed near spawn? The answer's going to be no. That is so awkward. And this round is actually turning on its head.
Oh my, what happened? With that though, Karen left to kind of fill up the blanks. He finds a bit of a double, but still nothing much found after.
Pretty much 4 different ideas. So they're really, you know, trying to explore and keep things guessing on it for as far as Gen.G are concerned.
Well, Gen.G looked to deal with some of those concerns early on. Wow, Rolling Thunder straight into the B site, but Forsaken has kind of gotten away because of that sprint. So back in towards the safety of Generator and Canteen, something will be able to find a spray through the smokes. And now for Karen to try to hold, he's able to find the microflake, snaps back onto a Texture, chiming in as well from Canteen. A bit of a swap around in positions, and PaperX are now finding themselves a little bit dazed and confused. Flashpoint out, but spike not yet planted. Gen.G a little bit pinned down as well, Komodo. Still though, PaperX trying to reposition themselves into sight lines. Karen and Munchkin find the frags needed to put Gen.G on the board.
Both of these teams that, you know, this is the caliber of gameplay. Had they come out in the first week, would have been cool. Right now though, a lot of utility around Arcade. No casualties just yet.
Until, you know, more flashes over. PaperX still looking a little bit antsy, trying to hunt down for some of these frags. Jing from the other end will be able to get that pinch up against 2 players. Texture, though, deep in towards tunnel, still looking to get his way out. He's gotten away with a couple of kills off his own.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder actually out from something, not able to finalize Texture. You have the north side wrap crunch from PaperX, where now, let's flip it upside down. Let's see Gen.G do it.
And trying to pull off one of their own, but mainly the objective of the round, the spike being dropped. Gen.G needs to come back in to take these fights against PaperX, where PaperX are trying to retain their hold onto it. Jing has a full kit of smokes, deploys his first one.
The problem is, Jing can just reset them yet again, more so than Charon, so you have to go for an aggressive peek. Mindfreak gets bit.
Getting a little bit too curious, and you know what they say happens to that cat.
30 seconds
Want the
left.
corpse. Give me the corpse. 20 seconds. Give it to me.
That would be huge for Gen.G now, wouldn't it? Something still close by. Finally being able to get detected. Still finds that frag, and Jing off of the other side of the boxes.
Rolling towards A main for PaperX. They're going to have a potential massive wrap back towards this tree area again, where Gen.G are looking to slowly go in towards.
Like you said, that's what PaperX has been good with. The early start, some of these wraps, we've seen them from the past 2 rounds now on opposite ends of the map. Now, a bit of a different pace, and it's a sudden peek out from Jing. Surely aware that Gen.G are trying to pull off the B split once again. The aftershock from something.
Yeah.
Forsaken now from the back, and all of a sudden Munchkin and Karen need to watch out for many angles, trying to backpedal themselves in towards tunnel, but PaperX just relentlessly chasing them down. In with the 4-stack. Oh, the salvos though. Okay, a bit of fault line as well, but Texture just able to sidestep off of it. Counter fault line as well. Karen coming in with a frag of his own. PaperX trying to call off the hit.
Yeah, and now
straight into A.
there is only Ash here, so if you are able to best him, that would... Ooh, nice shot coming out. Yeah, corner of the wall. They'll get all the information, though, that Dish is still being played, so you've overwhelmed Ash, but already the rotation here from
Yeah,
Texture.
look at Texture. Kicking things into high gear, already into the site. Bit of damage found, but still the spike planted, and that would be nice in terms of economy for PaperX. That said, Gen.G still looking to find this retake through A main, interestingly enough. They make a lot of noise around the door, but with force in numbers, the flashes as well, they will find these 2 critical kills just to buy left. He might have the salvos, but I don't think he's got enough in the frag department. Has to peek out, but he's being smoked off as well. Reloads, repositions, but Foots has been spotted, and that's gonna be Texture with the triple in the very first round in the second half. Gotta love it when it happens.
Put the music behind it.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Don't know what that song is called, but I know what you're talking about. Still though, next round comes up. PaperX not looking to slow down their pace whatsoever. Relay bolts from both sides, but now it's PaperX to go in for the quad peek. Munchkin gone. Ash out of position. Texture off to the other end to try to bail out his teammate. A double kill is not too bad, and that allows for Ash to refill that space. Re-peek once again. Suggest out from the top. Mindfreak trying to answer back in a one-on-one. Crouches. A bit of a tap, and Karen's down in the dirt. Gen.G tries to wrangle it back from them. PaperX still happy to play around south side of the map. So Gen.G a little bit more respect now, but they are happy to peek all the way out just to check if PaperX are on the other end. Not too much in terms of the information department, and PaperX will find their entryway into the B site.
And to be able to get in here as well with not really needing to use too much of their ults whatsoever until that orbital comes on down, they're going to set themselves up nicely for this post.
Being able to block Gen.G off. Oh, a bit of positioning from something as well, but look at that. Oh, he still takes the frag against Texture. Oh, he's for the trade, so not too bad. And that's going to be the Armageddon, you're right. Still need to find the right position, the right timing for it. One Armageddon out, another Armageddon back in from Defy. Mindfreak goes for the peak, Defy finds the frag, Forsaken out for the last one. PaperX to reach map point. Definitely shaking off those initial map nerves. And that diligent aim training paying off for something. I mean, he didn't let go of that target, not a bit. Now PaperX peeling off, straight back, in with the A hit. Mindfreak finds the first, Forsaken now in with the next, overdrive as well. And Gen.G look to reclaim, but it's not quite happening, not yet. Oh my word, Steel Garden as well for Mindfreak.
Yeah, able to actually gather it from the previous round in this round and use it, and
it feels as though everything is over.
Planted.
Suggest Karen. They do have the neural theft, so trying to take their time with things, keeping themselves together. Neural theft deployed. PaperX still tries to keep them away.
Time
trying
ticking.
to play for the time of it. Yes, that's what that utility is for. Forces Gen.G to reclaim space again, but back up towards tower. That's where PaperX are all playing around. Here comes the utility once more. Karen out of position, so uncomfortable, just to put PaperX back up on top of their own map pick. The final score on Fracture, 13-6. Already blocking off the exits. And that's going to be a couple of tags in. Oh, look at that, the double tap! Up to the top as well. Texture has everything locked down. Just Jing being able to find a little bit of a consolation prize, but the round very much in the hands of Gen.G. Ooh, Karen.
Go, go, go.
A bit of a risky dive. The pickup by Jing nonetheless, but still round ultimately picked to keep in view. But right now, at least, Karen, again, the Shroud of Step, they've kind of missed each other until Forsaken turns upwards. Bit of A lobby control, but Gen.G happy to trade right back.
They've just won every duel around the map essentially here.
We didn't get to catch too many of it either.
They all happened at the same time.
simultaneously.
Yeah. And then Texture's just there to close out this defensive side, setting up their Cypher more proficiently towards the C site.
Once again, PaperX trying to creep up front. Gen.G with a bit of noise off to the other ends, but Forsaken definitely needing to respect what could be very well on the other side.
Quite the slow one from Gen.G as well, right? PaperX, they've had to contend with a lot of ups and down plays between slow and fast. This time, though, there's going to be a big test on towards Main Freak on this C site.
He's already tossed out the Paranoia as well. Cages up, Salvo sent all the way through. Now the Armageddon coming out from Jing. It does somewhat keep, Gen.G at bay until the Strata steps through. Munchkin and everyone else have been able to flood in the site once again. Jing, the only one left. Even with ult spent, not quite able to convert the round. Gen.G look near unstoppable right now.
There's no 9k caps.
Still though, the scoreline is what it is. PaperX having some ultimates in their pockets right now, but Gen.G once again slowly stretching their legs down mid. Trying to find some trips. Trying to bait out more reactions from PaperX. It's just Texture.
Pulled back
all the way through, but with the trip, Defy will punish. Still though, Gen.G off of the contact, straight in from Garage. Rolling Thunder collapsed in full. Defy looking for an opportunity to strike, but Munchkin denies it outright. Gen.G has the sight. Something still trying to hold out from C-Link. Forsaken trying to create some chaos with the flash out from Garage. Finds a couple out from Jing as well, and that's Ash gone. PaperX able to strike back. Certainly doesn't look or feel too good when Forsaken's not able to find too much, but here comes the Operator, able to find the first. Tries to go in for the next as well, but Tavaya is here and able to assist. Ooh, not quite the gate crash, but still, Karen, Shroud steps over. Divine finds him. Quick to react and quick and aware. Just Munchkin left. Tries to deliver the spike all the way over onto A, but PaperX happy to play with numbers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a 1 versus 4. There's no pit available for Munchkin either, but you get the orb, you get the plant. That's an extra 2. That'll let you go 2 away towards the pit. You've got a minute to play with as well. These are the sort of scenarios that can really showcase value in an individual. If you're able to find a kill or 2 before getting a plant, for example, but for PaperX, they are just not giving it to him. Now they know it's planted at A. The question is, Munchkin, how many kills do you get?
Because if he gets enough, that could be a pit, and that could be
stronger than next round.
Yeah, next round as well. Namely that. Might give Gen.G the 9 and 3. Salvos at least, just in case, but ultimately PaperX has the site currently. Munchkin, though, happy to play off the first. PaperX now in for a bit of a triple, but what is that spray? Oh, he's getting the transfer. He's getting the last one as well. The Red Bull clutch. Munchkin devours PaperX in whole.
On this pistol round for PaperX, man. Like, this has to 100% be theirs. They've got to get the bonus round. Like, that's just so much.
Oh, look at Gen.G. Already setting up huge traps, a bit of pinch in towards this A lobby position as well, in case PaperX decides to disrespect this smoke.
And they're not really all hanging around it either.
Oh, here it comes though. Gen.G, the slow creep out, and they have all the protocols in place to find the trades. Jing finding a bit of a punish as well. And with that, something with the support to push out. Forsaken finding the frag, but Ash, off of the flashes, the little corner unchecked. He finds a double. And remember, something with low HP getting the spike down.
Ash is not the person that tags something as well, right? So you got to consider how much damage has been done towards him. 20 HP. Fault line gonna come online eventually, but Ash has just used his salvos, so he's not gonna have them for this one. It's gonna come down to timing and a little bit of luck.
Where could they be? Something considering, thinking about it. Spots him by the little sliver, quick with a reaction. Shoots down to the corpse for a bit of mental boost as well, but PaperX happy to take that one. Younger Bulldog, PaperX happy to stare down Gen.G's barrel. Gen.G though, repositioning across the map.
Yeah, bait out a little bit of this utility from Suggest nice and early to give you a avenue back in towards Garage if you want later on. Just the patience from PaperX at the moment. Not seeing any Overeager players of Gen.G give up their hand early.
How are you going to work around this Yoru utility?
Well, he's going to try and do it dry with the spike, lose his life, get traded out, and shift in towards the C play.
And that's another trade out from Munchkin as well. So the C play, unfortunately not quite working out too well for PaperX in this round.
Why do we have a spike on Forsaken who's leading in towards Garage?
Isn't that the question?
Because how do you retrieve this?
Gotta go.
Whatever it is now, definitely is Gen.G leading the round, leading the scoreline as well, 11-4.
Right, the Vandal, so it does look a little bit weaker for them for sure, but at least you'll start to get a bit of pressure towards this A site, right? You're already making a couple of these Gen.G members scurry on over.
Yeah, shake it off. Still though, the pressure. That's what I'm thinking. PaperX at least just looking to improve and solve as much as possible.
I mean, it's this point in the round as well that if you are Ash, you can use that drone down long, down sewers, you can get some significant information, but there's already an idea that this is territory that you don't occupy, right? So eventually he'll throw it. They're a little bit too close for comfort, so you know this is where the hit's coming down.
So a bit of information for Gen.G, very well informed. Karen's still in a great position to answer back. Spike dropped, and he still finds another. PaperX still trying to break their way out of this A-long position, but Texture with a single tap takes down Mind Freak. The Vibe might have slipped through, but still Karen left and unanswered. And with those chances, Gen.G happy to take some risks as well. Pushing down C, taking a bit of pressure off of one side of the map. PaperX, though, trying to keep themselves bunched up. Straight into Garage again, though. The quick punish from Karon. One way out the other end as well.
Little by little for PaperX. I mean, divide down. Texture. Oh, look at him. Just look at him.
Turns away off.
How is he still alive? How is he alive?
And going. Overdrive back in, and that's some damage done. PaperX trying to scramble for some defenses, but Karon's here again to deliver them to their doom. The final score of the series, 13-4. 13-4 on Haven.